Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Friday, May 16th, Major League Baseball slate. Who is not excited after that small slate we had yesterday, right? By the way, congratulations to the Dodgers for almost putting up 3 touchdowns on the A's. So much so, they scored so much. Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts and somebody else, I don't remember off the top of my head. They got to sit after the third inning. It's almost like they didn't play as they were all getting multiple hits. Ohtani had a couple homers. What a pitching matchup that we predicted in Rangers Stros with DeGrom and Hunter Brown. Fantastic matchup there. Twins continue their 11th win in a row, and the Orioles continue to lose. And great day for only 6 games in baseball. We got the basketball game last night. Unfortunately, the Thunder didn't close it out. That's okay. That means we get a Game 7, so I guess that's good, right? So we get a Game 6 Celtics, Game 7. But we're here to talk about baseball in this one. We've got a full slate for this Friday. A lot of stuff we love. Let's get started with the program here. First of all, if you're new to our show, welcome. Secondly, we do fade or follow 4 teams: Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and Orioles. So we will place our bets in those particular games there, but we will give you plays throughout the whole dang card. That way you got lots of stuff to go after. We're going to get started at 2:20 Eastern time. We are back to the Friday at-home day game for the Cubs. And young rookie Cade Horton going for the Cubs, one of their top prospects. He has pitched in a bullpen game against the Mets. Going against Smith for the White Sox. Smith has been, ERA is excellent, right? Total in this game opened at 12.5. That's right, folks. 12.5. 12.5. I understand the wind's supposed to be blowing out. It's not blowing out at 50 miles an hour. And the Cubs, for some reason, when the wind's blowing out, they tend to not lift the ball. I don't know what the deal is. The White Sox have a hard time hitting the ball at all. So 12.5? You got to be kidding me, right? We couldn't have hopped on this thing faster when it was 12.5. Anyway, Cubs are $2.25 favorite with the rookie on the mound going against the White Sox. I understand the White Sox are not good. Do not get me wrong whatsoever. I don't know if the White Sox are going to win this one. If I was going to play the White Sox here, it would be plus 2.5, as it's not too horribly bad juice-wise. But the under at 12.5, we had to hit that on the under. And you know what? If the wind blows us out and costs us on that, but a game for 12.5 for the Cubs, who've been down in the run department lately, and the White Sox, sign us up. Let's give you all the plays we've got in this one. So I understand this line has come down to 11.5. You can still go to 12.5 on the alt line if you want to play the under. So Cubs, White Sox, under 4.5 front 3, 6.5 front 5, 9.5 front 7 innings. Cubs, White Sox under 12.5 for the game. Cubs under 6.5 team total. White Sox under 4.5 team total. That is the one we're probably worried about team total-wise, is Horton could blow up, and the bullpen is always a chance there, but White Sox struggle to score under 4.5. Bush, under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Tucker, under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Andrew Vaughn, under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Shane Smith, 5+ strikeouts. Shane Smith, under 1.5 walks. Shane Smith, under 3.5 earned runs allowed. We're also going to play Tucker under 1.5 total bases. Now, Tucker was an MVP candidate till we hit about May. Last couple weeks has definitely been a struggle for him. If you really watch over his last 7 to 10 games, he's hitting under 200 on this one. Cubs, White Sox, no run first inning was plus money. We don't play that one very often. We didn't play it for a huge amount either, but we do like that play as well. Cubs under 3.5 team total front 5. White Sox under 2.5 team total front 5. White Sox under 1.5 team total front 3. Cubs under 2.5 team total front 3. White Sox under 3.5 team total front 7. And Cubs under 5.5 team total front 7 innings. So you can see there lots and lots and lots of unders to get us started on this Friday. It is a Friday day game as well. We'll see what happens. Smith, like ERA during day games, he hasn't had obviously a monster sample size, but barely over 1. So even if he gives up a few runs because of the wind, it's a lot to get the 13 runs, my friend. All right, next game up, 6:40 Eastern time, Guardians, Reds, BB Singer. Now, this game in Cincinnati, Brady's had some issues here. Here's one thing that Brady Singer has done a lot. Faced the Guardians when he was at the Royals a bunch. The Guardians smack him around. Quan, Ramirez, all these guys have big success against Singer. So give us the Guardians, who are a slight favorite in this one on the road. Total at 9. Give us the Guardians money line front 5 in that one as well. Emphasizing the front 5 there. Next game up, 6:45 Eastern time, Pirates and the Phillies in Philadelphia. This is basically rivalry weekend. You're going to notice we had Cubs, White Sox in the first game. You know, we got Reds and Guardians, two teams from Ohio. We got 2 teams from Pennsylvania between the Phillies and the Pirates. Andrew Heaney, Ranger Suarez. Heaney, after starting off the season so dominant, has been anything but since. Phillies are a $2.20 favorite here and should be. Phillies over 5.5 team total. If you can get it at 4.5, even better. But I like the Phillies to score some runs in this spot. Also like Nick Castellanos over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs if you can grab him there. Phillies minus a half a run, front 5 as well. 1.5 for the game. All kinds of plays you can go there. Next game up, 7:05 Eastern time. Orioles, who just got swept again by the Twins, this time at home, go against the Nationals. Nationals have been struggling a little bit as of late as well. Now they've played some tougher teams. Braves kind of, the Nats. The Nats are not, how do I put this? The Nats are probably a 70-win-ish team, somewhere around there. They're not god-awful. They're not great. They have some young studs. But here's one that they got going. Leading the league in strikeouts, Mackenzie Gore. And what is he? A left-hander. What can the Orioles not hit? Left-handers. Going against Cade Povich, who gets hit by everybody, including his sister. About a toss-up game here. This is, trust me, as we follow the Orioles every damn game this season, once again, the Twins were smoking hot, so we couldn't get off of that win streak. But Nationals here all day, 3 times on Sunday, 4 times on Monday. Oh, and we're going to bet them 7 times on Friday, the way it looks, right? So we give you all the plays in this one here. Nationals money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Nationals over 4.5 team total. Nationals money line, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Taking a couple right-handers here against Povich. Rosario and Ruiz, same 6 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Also, Mackenzie Gore. We're going to step ladder this for 6 Ks, 7 Ks, 8 Ks, 9 Ks, and we'll even sprinkle a little bit on 10+ strikeouts for Gore. Gore under 2.5 earned runs allowed as well, as the Orioles can't hit lefties. Now, they don't strike out. They're not the worst strikeout team in the league, but Gore has been impressive with his strikeout rate. So, as long as he can keep everything else down, we think Gore could have a monster strikeout day and cash 6 through 10 on the K meters as well. Next game up, we get to 7:05 Eastern time as well. Mets-Yankees Subway Series. This game at the Yanks home. Rodon with the Yankees. Miguel for the Mets. All right, so this series I think is going to be a lot of back and forth. I honestly believe here the Mets are the better team. Now, they're on the road as they're playing against, at Yankee Stadium. And there are some advantages to Yankee Stadium, especially if you're a left-hander poking the ball over right field. Carlos Rodon, Miguel for the Mets. You got to take the plus money with this one. Plus a half a run, front 5 for the Mets. If you want to play over 9, I probably wouldn't blame you here as well. But I think the Mets can score some runs here. Over Rodon, he struggled in his last outing against the A's. But, should be some pretty decent. We should see, I think, a pretty good series overall between the Mets and the Yanks. But we do like the Mets in game 1. And then the next game up, 7:07 Eastern time. Blue Jays. We had a perfect day yesterday if it wasn't for the freaking Blue Jays losing to Tampa Bay at home 8-3. Jack Flaherty's coming to the mound for the Tigers. And he has really struggled since going back to Detroit against the Blue Jays. Bowden Francis, who's given up more home runs basically than anybody else in the major leagues, but he's a pretty solid pitcher. And the Blue Jays are plus money at home. Blue Jays, when they're not supposed to win, they win, right? So they're a dog in this particular one here, so why wouldn't they win, right? Give us the Blue Jays money line, front five, Blue Jays money line for the game. The next game up, 7:10 Eastern time, Braves, Red Sox. All right, so Red Sox didn't play the Yankees, so they had to come up with something here, right? Braves, Chris Sale, Garrett Crochet for the Red Sox in Boston. This total is 8. Huh? Okay. I mean, me personally in this one, I'd probably take the Red Sox here, slightly. But the much better play is under 8, under 4.5 front 5 if you can get it as well. Now, Sale hasn't been as dominant as last year. Crochet's been really good. He just came off a meeting with the Royals where he was absolutely dominant, where him and Reagans were going pitch for a while. But love the under 8 in that particular matchup there. Also look for Crochet, Ks, Sale, Ks. There should be some strikeouts. Should be a lot of stranded runners in that one as well. Next game up. The I-70 series, 4:40 out here in Phoenix, 7:40 Eastern time. Cardinals traveled to Kansas City, so going across the state of Mizzou. Cole Reagans, Alan Paliente here. The Cardinals are smoking hot. Now, they finally lost a game during that doubleheader against the Phillies, but won the second game. Now they travel to KC. Cole Reagans, who I personally love, right? I really like watching him pitch. Here's the one issue with Cole Reagans. He throws a ton of pitches per inning as he tries to strike everybody out. And the dude can strike out 10 and 5 consistently. No question about it. The problem is he also throws a lot of walks, which in today's game, you need to score runs, especially when you're probably not going to hit a lot of bombs off him. Paliente, though, has pitched pretty decently for the Cardinals so far this season. Cards are, the favorite here is too big. The Cardinals right now are smoking hot. I understand the Royals win-loss record. If you really go back and look at those wins, they beat up on some very poor teams, right? And when they've played the better teams, Red Sox, Yankees, stuff like that, they've losing 2 out of 3. They just lost 2 out of 3 to Houston. So they are too big a favor here at the $1.60. The value is definitely here with the Cardinals. If Cole comes out and is dominant, you got to just tip your hat and go with it. But I'm telling you right now, he has struggled more this season than I have seen him over the last couple. Control's been a major bit of it. It's just like he doesn't trust his defense to get him some outs. And I understand that defense besides Bobby Witt can be a little bit shaky. Maikel Garcia's natural position is at second base, not third, right? Massey's been playing a lot of second base for him. Jonathan India is not a third baseman. So defense has been a little shaky. But in this one here, we love the Cardinals. And the Cardinals normally play the Royals extremely tough, especially when we go opposite ends. So when the Cardinals play at Royal Stadium and the Royals play at Cardinal Stadium, it seems like the road team is pretty successful here. So, and the Cardinals are almost plus 140 money line. So Cardinals money line, plus 1.5, minus 1.5, 2.5 on the run line. Cardinals over 3.5 team total. Cardinals money line, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Cole Reagans, over 4.5 hits allowed. Cole Reagans over 1.5 walks allowed. One of our biggest bets of the day there. And Reagans over 1.5 earns runs allowed. Mason Wynn, Nolan Arenado, same 6 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. And why not 2+ hits, right? Next game up, Astros and Rangers. Game 2 in Dallas. Rangers at home win 1-0 game 1. Like I said, Hunter Brown and DeGrom, they came to pitch in game 1. Awesome game. Astros with Lance McCullers. Now, I want to address this. I know we're not a political show here. We're a sports wagering show. But people that sent death threats to people over the fact that they cost them their parlay or do this, are we frickin' for real? If you don't have, here's a hint with baseball. Don't parlay, right? Baseball is tough. It is the truest odds with any book, but it is also the hardest to get, right? So there's no reason, because the dude gave up 7 runs in the first inning and couldn't get out of the first, to send his family death threats. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, just don't play it. Things happen in baseball. Who expected the Dodgers to put up 19 runs in Thursday night's game? Nobody. It happens. Death threats are ridiculous. Anyway, let's get back to the game here. McCullers versus Eovaldi. Rangers are $1.70 favorite. I'm going to be really honest here. I think McCullers comes out and pitches better. Now, Better might be giving up 4 runs, but better. Rangers have struggled to score mightily without Corey Seager in the lineup. $1.70 is way too much here. The total, I believe, is way too much here at 8.5. This is another under game with the Stros being on the road, and Eovaldi's a pretty damn good pitcher. Stros struggled to put runs up on the road as well, and the Rangers offense have been struggling as well. So, totals at 8.5, under 8.5, under 4.5 front 5. Might be one of the easier plays as long as McCullers doesn't get blown up. That under 4.5 front 5 should be golden. Next game up, we get to 8:10 Eastern time. Brewhahas and the Twins. You want to talk about another under team? Follow the Brewers pretty much. You can play the Brewers 7 unders in a 7-game week, and you're probably going to go 5-2. Total in this one is 7.5 against the Twins. Joe Ryan and the Twins are smoking hot, 11 in a row versus Patrick in this one. We would probably want to play the Brewhahas here under in this game. Sprinkle maybe a little bit on the 7.5. But what we really like is we're going to ride this win streak out like we told you before. When a team gets hot, you got to ride. They'll buck you eventually, right? But everybody thought the Orioles were going to figure out how to win a couple games or one game during that set. No, guess what? You lost money because you got 3 more wins with the Twins in that series and them sweeping a doubleheader. Give us the Twins money and then a toss-up game to boot. Twins money line, front 5. Twins money line for the game. Also sprinkle a little bit under that 3.5. Next game up, 9:40 Eastern time. Diamondbacks head back home. And this is the biggest line on the board as the Rockies do not have a starting pitcher announced yet. Not a shocker there. And Corbin Burns going for the D-backs. The D-backs are a $4 favorite. This is the biggest line we've seen so far this season. So everybody's going to be like, well, put the D-backs in your parlay. Do yourself a favor. Like, don't do that. Because if they blow it up, every team can lose any day of the week. The Rockies could come out and score 15 runs against Burns and that bullpen, and it could happen. So, if you want some smaller, some non-minus 400 wagers, play the Diamondbacks over 5.5 team total. Play the Rockies under 3.5 team total. Or, here's one, play the Diamondbacks less juice minus 1.5 front 5. And hope the Diamondbacks get on the board early. Now, they've had their moments where they couldn't score in the first 4 or 5 innings. So, that could be one of those things you're like, Corbin Carroll's been red hot, though. If you want to play Corbin Carroll batter props, I don't blame you. 2+ total bases is always pretty safe. We're pretty good with Corbin Carroll. And he's going to see a lot of stuff to hit, as the whole lineup will. Ketel Marte has all of a sudden turned it on as well, if you want to play Marte in that 9:40 game. Next game up, Padres at home against the Mariners. We don't know who's starting yet for the Mariners. Kolek for the Padres. Sorry about the sneeze there. Padres with Kolek on the mound, and we don't know who the starter yet is for the Mariners, are $1.50 favorite. Now, I know the Mariners have struggled to score. They struggle to score a lot more at home than they do on the road. But man, oh man, that seems like a big line here. And Kolek is very hittable. So, Mariners over their team total. Mariners plus 0.5 run front 5. Great way to start in that one. 10:10 Eastern time. Here comes the other monster line of the day. It's not too horrible as of right in this second, but it's bad. Dustin May and the Dodgers hosting the Angels, and Coke, I got my head knocked off this. Dodgers about a $3 favorite here. Total at 9.5. I mean, this should be, on paper, this looks like Dodgers win, 7-2, 8-2, right? Now, they just come off of 19 runs. Ohtani hits a couple homers. The good news is Freeman and Betts got to rest quite a bit. Will Smith didn't have to play, so those guys should be fully rested going into this game here. And they should be able to hit some day. I mean, they haven't seen him yet, but they should be able to hit something. Freddie's one of the hottest hitters in baseball. Ohtani, after having a couple, 3-week swoon, all of a sudden, couple home runs. His home run prop is not probably worth taking, as it's probably going to be at plus 150 or something stupid. There's no point in taking those, to be really honest. If you're going to take a home run prop, it should pay you something rather than just barely over even money. Just personal opinion on that one. You're better off for taking Ohtani 2+ hits. At least it's going to probably pay you 2-1, right? So in this game here, yes, the Dodgers is the play, and we'll give you all those bets we got for that. Dodgers money line minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Dodgers over 5.5 team total. Dodgers minus a half a run first 3 innings, minus a run and a half, front 5, front 7. 2 batters, same 6 bets apiece. Freeman and Will Smith. Will Smith's been really good. Not crushing the long ball, but man, there's a lot of doubles and in the middle of that lineup. Freeman and Will Smith, home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Now we get to the late games. 10:15 Eastern time. Giants, A's. A's did get a game on the road. Let's give them some props here. They did get a game on the road, and they beat the Dodgers in game 1 of that series, 11-2. I mean, they can put up some runs. Now, unfortunately, only 3 hits in Thursday's game. Wednesday's game had a few more hits, but nothing to speak of. Jacob Wilson, you can definitely tell that young man from Grand Canyon University, go GCU, when he gets on base, that offense is pretty dynamic. Their pitching needs a lot of help. They're not the only team in baseball that can say that, but just kind of the way it is. JP Sears, Logan Webb. Here's the value in this game. A's plus. And here's the reason why. A's still have the best road record in baseball. The Giants are in a little bit of a swoon right now. Here's the issue taking the A's in this game. It's called the Giants with Logan Webb at home are pretty stellar and have been for multiple seasons. But the A's find ways to win games on the road. Total in this game, 7.5. This might not be a bad game, by the way, to play an over here, which doesn't seem to happen in San Francisco that often. But the D-backs just went up there and won 2 out of 3, and the D-backs put up some runs here. So we're going to tell you over 3.5 front 5, over 7.5 for the game. Also, A's plus a half a run, front 5, A's plus 1.5, as we think they're going to get at least one game this series. And why not game 1? All right, so we just went through a bunch of bets. How do we get a chance to take a look at all those bets? No problem whatsoever. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube, channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheets, docs.google.com/spreadsheet, bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on the link. Scroll down to May 16th. You'll be able to see all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at, and then obviously the result once everything's over. Do you like the content that you're seeing here and want to see some more? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on, and we'll show up in your follow or subscriptions tab. Or make life simple for yourself. Turn on those notifications for that social media platform. Get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you the ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. Also, private Discord channel available for all of you out there. It's a few dollars per month. It is not free. Reason being is there's a lot of work that goes into it. I answer a ton of questions as well. They also get all the bets before we put them out for the betting public. That does take some work. So yes, it's a few bucks. I'm not charging you $100. You can pick a package like $6, $10, or $25 a month. Whatever you feel like you need to support the show with. You'll get the same access. You're also going to get bonus bets. Formula One, PGA that's going on this weekend. You're getting bonus bets on all of those. Basketball right now, because there's only one game a day, we're not putting out another show until the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals. So you're also getting those bonus bets as well that we're not putting out for general play. So it's worth it. Subscribe to us through TikTok. Once you do, we will send you the invite to the Discord channel to get you in. And if you've never been on Discord before, a lot of fun. It's like a big group chat amongst a bunch of people you don't know yet, but you'll get to know as we get a bunch of like-minded people that love sports, love wagering on sports, and get involved in that. Ask questions, whether you're a novice or been doing it a minute and just want to get a little bit more help on figuring out how to be profitable. It's a great way to do it. We do appreciate everybody's support, as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.